Untreated heartburn or acid reflux can lead to cancer, which is pretty crazy. If you want a way to force your body to permanently stop acid reflux and heartburn in 48 hours, click the link in the description below. For now, let's get to today's question.
The question, what is the best food to eat when you have heartburn? Here some best food to eat when you have heartburn are given, and to get more information about heart disease go to Google and type it on HealthZap 99. Food and tips for heartburn. Eat well at home and eat smart in restaurants. You do not have to give up all your favorite foods to avoid heartburn. To do this, it is key to have a cupboard well stocked with foods that are favorable for acidity. Making good decisions in restaurants is also vital. The foods that trigger the symptoms of heartburn, such as fats, oils, chocolate or citrus, may be less tempting if you have a reserve of harmless ingredients in the kitchen cupboard. As an added benefit, diets that mitigate heartburn contribute to a healthier diet for the whole family. Foods that reduce stomach acid to have at home. Cereals, try to buy whole grains instead of refined ones whenever possible. Once opened, be sure to store them in airtight containers. Pasta, prepare the pasta with broth-type light sauces, not tomato-based or high-fat sauces. Enhance the flavor of dishes with herbs such as basil and tarragon. Beans, peas and lentils. All these foods are a good source of vegetable protein, B vitamins and minerals such as calcium and iron. They are also an excellent source of fiber for your diet. Keep these dried and canned vegetables in the cupboard and use them in soups, salads and casseroles. Oils, use the oils sparingly. The darker oils, like sesame, have a very good flavor, and with very little quantity it is possible to add a lot of flavor to the meals. Vinegars, they can be problematic for those who suffer from heartburn due to its high acid content. However, many people usually tolerate cider and rice vinegars better, and both give a delicious touch to meals. Use other vinegars sparingly if you have not generated problems before. Condiments and canned products. Most people with heartburn can eat mustard, and some can tolerate ketchup, in small quantities, quite well. Both ingredients are useful for enhancing recipes and quick additions for meals. Spices and herbs. Have many spices and dried herbs in the cupboard. They tend to be less likely to promote heartburn, although each person's body responds differently. Dried, dehydrated onions and garlic are less harmful than fresh. Note: there are many spices that often irritate the gastric, stomach, mucosa, and that can be particularly problematic for the diet of those suffering from heartburn. These include black pepper, peppermint, ground chili, curry powder, cloves, mustard seeds, hot sauce, chili powder, nutmeg and fresh garlic. They can cause problems for some people with heartburn, but not all. The best advice is to pay attention to your body. Bakery and pastry ingredients. Buns and homemade biscuits can be prepared with less fat and without other problematic ingredients such as pepper and spices. Whole grain breads are easier to prepare with bread machines. These are some of the basic ingredients. Smart decisions when eating out. As at home, some of the foods served in restaurants, such as high-fat dishes, certain spices, citrus products such as tomatoes or oranges, caffeinated beverages and chocolate, can cause heartburn. Meals consumed in restaurants can also produce heartburn because they tend to be higher in fat. Fat takes longer to digest, that makes food stay longer in the stomach, and the chances of it generating problems increase. Portions of restaurants are usually larger than recommended. This increases the pressure in the stomach and could push the acid contents of the stomach up into the esophagus. Foods that should be omitted to avoid heartburn: fried, sautéed or cooked foods in lard or oil. High-fat side dishes such as onion rings or French fries. Sauces and high-fat condiments. Meals and tomato-based juices. Drinks with caffeine such as cola and iced tea. Citrus drinks like lemonade or orange juice. Alcoholic drinks. Chocolate. Mint chocolate. Mint can exacerbate heartburn. Foods that help prevent heartburn. White meats, since they contain less fat than red meats. Lean cuts of red meat. Smaller portions. White wine instead of red. Lighter desserts, such as angel cake. 10 tips for eating well and managing heartburn. No, you do not have to give up all your favorite foods. Follow these tips to manage frequent heartburn, that is, one that occurs 2 or more days per week. 1. Stay away from foods such as citrus fruits, chocolate, mint, peppermint, tomato or tomato-based products, raw onions and garlic. 2. Avoid fatty foods whenever possible. They tend to slow down digestion, which means that both the food and the acid that the body produces to break it down remain in the stomach for a long time. That gives the acid more opportunities to return to the esophagus. 3. Be careful with spices. Control the impact of the following spices on your heartburn and avoid those that turn out to be triggers: cinnamon powder, powdered mace, powdered ginger, coriander, dill, parsley, garlic powder, or fresh garlic, basil, thyme, tarragon, onion powder and dried onion flakes, black pepper, ground red pepper, Tabasco sauce, chili powder, curry powder, cloves, mustard seeds, nutmeg. 4. Pay attention to the choice of vinegars. Some are softer than others. For example, many people tolerate better cider vinegar and rice vinegar. 5. Reduce the consumption of coffee, citrus juices and carbonated and alcoholic beverages. Beer and caffeinated beverages, such as coffee, tea and cola, cause stomach acids to produce even more irritation if they enter the esophagus. 6. Check the size of the portions. Before large portions, the stomach responds by producing large amounts of acid. The more acid your stomach produces, the more likely you are to have acid reflux. 7. Eat slowly and chew food well. If you do so, you will feel fuller, because you have had time to digest the food, and the chances of having heartburn will be reduced. 8. Finish the last meal of the day at least 2 to 3 hours before going to bed. Thus, you will have more time to stabilize food and acid levels before bedtime, the posture in which acidity is more likely to occur. 9. Have a supply of harmless snacks. When you are hungry, are you looking for fatty snacks or chocolate? Have healthy foods that you like, such as vegetables, raisins, or crackers on hand. 10. Suck hard candy after meals. This triggers the production of saliva, a natural barrier against acid. But avoid the mint candies.